Good morning, my dear kids. In today's class, in the ray optics chapter, we are going to discuss in the subtopic the plane mirrors, the field of view. Then, if a ray is incident on two or three plane mirrors, then after reflection, what is the deviation suffered by the ray? And if a person stands in front of a mirror, what is the length of the mirror required? All other application problems. Okay, let me take you to the screen. Okay, this is about the okay. I'll start with the this one. So I kept a point object O nearby a plane mirror. Then where I should be here to visualize the image of object. That particular region is called as a field of view. So what do you mean by field of view? It's a region in which the reflected rays of the reflected rays are present, and if a person is present in that field of view, you can visualize the image. So we'll put the idea for this one. It's a region in which reflected rays are present, and to view the image of object, that person must be present in field of view. There's one basic idea. Okay, let's take the so I'll go for the extreme edges. So there's an incident ray. After reflection, the ray will take a path. Similarly, there's an incident ray. After reflection, the ray will take a path like this. So what you should do? So let the ray be incident at the edge of the mirror. What do you mean by edge? At the ends of the mirror. Then corresponding to that reflected ray, so there's everything will become field of view. Okay, let's assume that there's a person is there. Person one, person two, person three, person four, person five, person six, person seven, even will take somewhere here 8, 9. All will visualize, all can see the image of that object. Means here I kept a flower. All will see that flower. Which all persons will see that flower. Let me shade it so that it will be easy for you. All persons can see the image of that particular flower. So those persons for whom what when the rays emitted by the flower after striking the mirror, if they enter into the eyes of a person, that person can visualize the image of that particular flower. Then you'll say that as I'm seeing this image. So all will see the reflected. Now you let me do one thing. A rays, there's the incident rays, go strike the mirror. After reflection, they enter into person's eye here, person 7's eye. Then this person 7, what you'll say that yes, there's the image. That one you say that as I'm able to see the image. That one. Similarly, The rays emitted by flower O after striking the mirror will enter into person 6 eye. Then you say that I am able to see this image. Similarly, the person 1, the rays after reflection will enter into the person eye as the 1 is able to see. Even the 5 also. Even the 4 also. What about 2, 8, 3, 9, 2, 3, 8, 9? They're unable to see the image. They're able to see the flower O, the object, real flower, but its image, what happened, they're unable to see this part. Any reason for that? Can the reflected ray can go like this? No, not possible, because it has to satisfy the laws of reflection. So the region in which the reflected rays are present, that's called like a field of view. So that everything is now the field of view. I is all will see this. I is seen by, let me write clearly. This image, this high means this image I is seen by the number 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. These persons numbered 1, 4, 5, 6, and they're able to see. Like a I is not visible for wall 2, 3, 8, 9. For them, what happens? Not the reason for that, the reflected rays will not enter into the eyes of the persons number 3, 2, 3, 8, and 9. Hence, they're unable to see this image. So, what is the basic necessity condition? To visualize the image of an object, a person must be in field of view. What is the field of view? It's a region which contains the reflected rays. Okay, now we'll similarly take the, let me later on adjusting. So, okay, let's come for the next one. I kept an object. There's a plane mirror. There's a plane mirror. I kept an object here. What about the tracing of the image? So here, there's a ray after reflection. Let me pick up some other color, green color. I'll take it. Then okay, I'll trace it. Okay, they should be drawn with help of geometrical instrument. Again, it'll take more time. So some rough diagrams is what I'm trying to plot. Huh? Okay, this is the image. Now, what is the field of view? This everything is a field of view. I have colors. Okay, this everything will be a, this yellow color region. No, this everything will be a field of view. I think there's one very best way is what I'm explaining things. This yellow color region is what the field of view. Go this one. So that okay, there's a field of view region. So person here, the image will not be visible. 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 To visualize this in this region, it should be there. So what is the field of view? This everything will be a field of view. Okay, this is for a point object. So what are the objects we took it? Point object. Okay, let's take the example of now extended object here. If an extended object comes here, how to get that field of view? We know some basics will take it. If this will be the object distance should be equal to image distance. Okay, let me first get that image. So this is the image distance. So now from the tip of arrow, you bring the rays like this. Okay, what is the, are you able to see this extended object AB? Then its corresponding extended image will be A dash B dash. And we know AB is equal to A dash B dash. There won't be any magnification due to plane mirror. Then what is the field of view? So where do, you can see the blue color lines and the also the red color, the blue color dotted lines and the brown color dotted lines. Very nicely, I'm trying to okay, this will be the okay, try to. So let me give the arrow. So this is due to the upper part. After reflection. Three arrows. 4 arrows and let this be 4 arrows. Okay, what is the field of view? The field of view will be only this region. Rough ray diagram, because as I'm not up to the scale, some rough ray diagram. This yellow color region is what? The field of view. This is the mirror. Where is the mirror? This is a mirror. Okay, now I think I demarcated the boundaries properly. So if you are here, the image will not be visible. If you are here, image will not be visible. The image will be visible only in this yellow color region. So what is the field of view? For extended object, little bit you have to be careful. To view complete image of an object, you have to present in this region. So what is the comment we can put? In this region, complete image A dash B dash is visible. Got the idea now? So what is the basically the conclusion? To visualize, to view the image of an object, a person must be present in the field of view. And what is the basically field of view? It's a region where the reflected rays are present. If the reflected rays enter into human eye, then the human eye is able to see the image of that object. The image of that object. See, I'm able to see the, if I stand here, I can see this object. So basically this is the object. This is the image. There's no problem in viewing the object. I'm discussing about the image. In this region, complete image A dash B dash is visible. Okay, agreed. This one. So for extended object also we can. So there's all possibility of asking very good theoretical questions in this aspect. Okay, we'll take the next file. So let me read question. A point source of light is kept at a distance L from the plane mirror of length D. A person walks along the line y dash. Find the greatest distance over which is the image of light source in the mirror. So what is the length of the mirror? Length of the mirror equal to D. Let me write that data AB. AB, let me write it. So what is the length of the mirror? Length of the mirror is equal to D, that one. What is the greatest distance over which you will see the image? How to proceed with this one? Means, okay, you'll be moving along, the person, what happened, will be moving along y dash. Okay, let me send the reflected rays. So the reflected rays, let me array incident at the edge A of the mirror after reflection. Similarly, a ray will be incident at the edge B of the mirror after reflection. So we can extend this line. Don't think that the lines will stop there only. It will continue to move further. So where the person is walking along the line y dash. So he's asking no. Okay, for what distance he will, the person will, the y dash is a line. It's a very big long line, that one. He is asking now to get this distance C and D. Hope you are able to understand the diagram. This is a incident ray. This is also an incident ray. An incident ray which is incident at the HB of the mirror, incident ray which is incident at the H A and B of the mirror. So these are like this, the incident rays I'm telling. Now we have to calculate their distance CD. Whose help we have to take it? Okay, again we'll take the geometry. I'm trying my level best to give a better diagrams. In fact, they're taking more time. You can see it. This is the image. Yeah. Okay, what is this distance will be D by 2. D by 2. So at what distance it will be formed at a distance L. So can we take this is O. So we do have similar triangle. So you look at this triangle. This triangle will be similar to this triangle. So let me write this triangle as M. So look at the triangle IMA and IOC. They are similar triangles. IMA and IOC. From that, D by 2. So take this angle theta. Tan theta should be equal to D by 2 by L. Should be equal to OC by, the distance will be 3L. OC by, let me write symbols. Next I'll put the values. So this will become MA by MI, OC by OI. What is MA? MA will be equal to D by 2. MI will be L. OC is equal to, we don't know that. And what is OI? OI will be 3L. OC equal to 3D by 2. And from similar triangles, OC is in fact equal to OD from the geometry, because the source S is kept symmetrically with respect to plane mirror. Any reason for that? Because symmetry is there. So what is the length over which you will see the person? What will be your answer? Should be equal to OC plus OD. So OC equal to 3D by 2, 3D by 2. Distance will be 3D. For a length 3D distance, this image will be visible. Once the person is here, the image will not be visible. When the person is here, image will not be visible. This S is an object, not O. Not this O, this S is an object. Some simple analysis problem. Only thing student has to draw ray diagram. See, like until unless you don't draw ray diagram, not possible. How I'm able to write this equation with the help of this ray diagram and looking at this triangle? If you don't draw this ray diagram, not possible. What is the ray diagram? It's a point source. From point source, what you should do, the incident ray should be diverging. Okay, let some rays be striking the plane mirror. Apply laws of reflection. Then angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection. You will get the reflected ray. And where they'll intersect the line y dash, you notice some geometry is what you have to bring into the picture here. Let's take similarly another problem. I think I have a space. I need some space, no? Okay, we'll see. S is a point source. S is the point source of light. This S is the point source of light. A person is standing at point P. Find the minimum and maximum height of a man, high sight, required to see the image of his source. So the person is standing here. So what should be his height? At what height his eyes should be located from the ground so that he can see the image of this particular point source. I need some extra page. Okay, we'll carry on now. Yeah, now we'll carry on. Okay, how to get this one? So again, I'll make the incident trace. First, let me locate the position of image. Object distance should be equal to image distance. This S, this will be corresponding to the image. Okay, now let me shift this diagram to the next part. Okay, the complete question I brought it to the next page. Clearly, okay, now we'll clearly analyze this one. Okay, now what is the image? The image will be ray incident Oh, I'll do one thing. We'll keep the person P here. Let me bring a one vertical line. Okay, this will be a better diagram, and the P, I'll bring it here. Okay, hope you are able to understand the diagram which I'm putting here now. The person, what should be the minimum and maximum height of the person. So now let's finally put the ray diagram. This is the incident ray. No. So this will be the incident ray. Okay, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. What should be the height? HC and HD. This should be the height of the person or the high height from the ground. That one. This has to be determined. For that, what all we know this is 20 centimeter, this is 40 centimeter. Length of the mirror is how much? 40 centimeter. So what can be this height? This is also 20 centimeter. Okay, take this angle as theta 1. This bigger angle, let it be theta 2. Okay, directly from triangle tan theta 1. So BACD, call this is E. So what we can write it as tan theta 1 equal to BE by IE should be equal to CD by IP. Sorry, CP by IP. So do we know BES? Do we know IE? Do we know PI? So we'll get the CP. So this should be equal to what is the value of BE? 40. This is 20. CP we don't know. What is IP? IP will be 20 plus 20. This will be 80. 160 centimeter. Then similarly, we have to calculate the distance DP. Again, I'll go for the triangle. Tan theta 2. I'm asking you to look at this triangle. May not exact shape, okay, but there's a triangle. So I have to still extend line, not possible. Okay, there's in fact it's a triangle. So look at this triangle. So tan theta 2 is equal to AE by IE should be equal to DP by IP. What is the distance? AE 80, IE 20, DP. What is the value of IP will be 80. 320 centimeter. So at what height the person's eye must be located? This is the minimum. This is the maximum. As long as if eye of a person is located in this region, he will visualize the image. This is a minimum height. This is a maximum. So now we can so what is this value? H minimum. This H max. This is what? That H minimum. Okay, simple. The same, the field of view. What is the field of view? This region is what? Everything is a field of view. As long as if the person is located in this region, he is going to visualize the image of that S. Now some rough I'm putting, so you can call this as, okay, this is our object or source. Some simple idea-based problem, nothing big. Only thing is student has to draw the ray diagram. Let's take another problem. Now, read the question. A bird is at a distance of 5 meters. Where is the bird? The bird is this one. I'm showing by red color. Okay, this is our bird. Huh? Then a bird is at a distance of 5 meters from the plane mirror. The distance is 5 meters telling. What is the length of plane mirror? 8 meters. Okay, this will be 4 meter, 4 meter. Exactly the bird is on the bisector of this plane mirror. Then the bird, what is the state of bird? Bird is at rest. Okay, we'll call this bird as object O. Then at height of a person falls from rest. Okay, he is a person. Huh? Okay, in the diagram they're telling is a person. A person falls from rest at height 100 meter from the ground at t equal to 0. So he will start his journey at t equal to 0. The person falls freely due to gravity along the line CD. Find the duration of time for which he sees the image of bird in the mirror. Okay, I think very good question where they are really asking students to apply the different concepts. Let's get into the diagram. So the image object distance should be equal to image distance. So this length of the mirror is 8 meter. Let me break up that into 4 meter, 4 meter. Where the image of bird will be here. I think I'll try to draw a rough diagram. Hope it is a bird only. Huh? Yeah, that's some other color will show it. There are no two birds. Bird and its image is there. So what is this? This is the image. Getting now? Now, how to make this one? So again, we'll take help of the field of view. After reflection, the rays should diverge from the eye. Again, similar the rays. So what is the conclusion I can make it? As long as when the person enters this region, so we'll take this as point as P1, this as P2. As long as the person lies in this region P1, P2 is able to visualize the image of the bird. Able to make it, because in this region is what the reflected rays are present. The reason for that, because this will give the field of view. I took to means the moment the person encounters the brown color ray of light, reflected ray of light, he will start seeing the bird. And the moment what will happen, the person, so what's happened, just crosses this pink line, this pink reflected ray, is unable to see this one. Is unable to visualize the image of the bird. Is able to see the bird. This bird, what happened, will emit incident rays. No, they will enter into the person at all positions. There's no problem of visualizing the bird. Image of bird is visible only in this region P1, P2. I think I should put it. What is I? It's a real bird. So where the image I is visible, I is visible for person. as he moves from P1 to P2. There's an idea. Okay, how to get that particular time. So at t equals 0, he will come here and it will take some time to traverse distance. Then it will take some time interval P1, P2. So this time interval is what being asked here. Okay, again the due to symmetry. So what we can write, due to symmetry, this will be theta, this will be theta. A, B, I think C, C, let me take this as E. So P1E must be equal to P2E from the geometry. P1E must be equal to EP2. Okay, how to get the P1E from the triangle? Tan theta is equal to 4. Okay, there's a triangle E, F, I'll take it. Look at this triangle. Triangle IFA will be similar to triangle IEP1. I'll come to this later on. Okay, let me take help of that similar triangles. Solution is there. Similar triangles IFA and IEP1. So what is tan theta? Tan theta is equal to 4 by 5. Should be equal to P1E, we don't know. By how much of distance will be 5 plus 5? 15. This distance will be 5 meter. IF should be equal to FO should be equal to 5 meter. Object distance should be equal to image distance. Can you remember this? What is the object distance? FO. What is the image distance? FI. So object distance should be equal to image distance for a plane mirror. So P1E will be equal to 12 meter. Okay, similarly, what is EP2? EP2 should also be equal to 12 meter. So P1E must be equal to EP2 from similar triangles. Okay, what is the total height what we have? The total height what we have is, this height is what he has given 40 meter. So this total height is 44 meter. In the 44 meter, you remove this 12 meter. You should come to the calculation 4 plus 44 meter. In the 44 meter, you remove the 12 meter. I think it will be 32 meters. So this distance will be 32 meter. 32 meter will be there, and this will be 12 meter. This will be 12 meter. 24, the sum of these two will be 24. 24, this will be 56. If you remove 56 from 100, so what is this height will be? This height will be 44 meter. Okay, Taito, I think we have to be a little bit alert. The distance is what? 12 meter. 12 meter is there. This total height from F to the ground is 44 meter. In that, if I remove 12, I'll get 32. So 24 plus 32 will be 56. 100 minus 56. This distance will be 44. So what will happen to person for first 44 meter? He will not, like as he covers a distance of 44 meter, he will not see anything. He will not see the image of the bird. Then it will take some time to cover this distance. So as it falls freely, so what we can write here, 44 should be equal to G TC P1 square by 2. So this will be 44 10 by 2 TCP1 whole square. So what is TCP1? Should be equal to root of 8.8. After 8.8 seconds, he's going to see it. Then you will enter here with a velocity VP1. Then next for another 44 meter is able to see it. So now we'll take this one 44. What is the time taken to move from P1 to P2? You will enter with this much of velocity here. So 44 equal to VP1. VP1 we should calculate. No, VP1 should be equal to GTCP1. 10 root 8.8. There's a time, no, which we needed. Okay, almost we are at the end of the problem. Yeah. 44. What is that 44? If you want, I'll write it. This will be P1, P2. So sorry, like it will be P1, P2. What is P1, P2? Will be 24. What is VP1? 10 root 8.8 T 10 by 2 T square. What is T? Time taken to move from P1 to P2. For that interval of time, the image of bird will be visible. Okay, root 8.8. Let me use calculator. 2.96. So 2.96. So 29.6. So this equation will be 29.6 T plus 5 T square by 2. It's a quadratic equation. Solving this will get the required answer. So 5T square let me solve this. So this will become T is equal to minus 29.6 plus or minus 'll I think I'll leave it to you people. You can 29.6 whole square. 876. Oh, lengthy calculations. 876.2 45 20 into 24 480 by 10. So 480 plus 876.2 1356.2. Under root of it. $36.8. So negative value should not be taken, positive value. So 36.8 to minus 29.6, 7.23. This is our answer. Huh? Okay, somehow I manage with calculator. So for this interval of time, the person is going to see the image of the bird. Okay, the complete problem, I'll show it. Okay, some like applications with the gravity is what I'm bringing certain idea here. We'll take the next question again. Calculations you check once. I've just shared my idea here, my view on this question. So what is telling? There are two plane mirrors are there of length L each, are separated by again distance L. So L by 2, L by 2 with respect to this bisector. A point source S is kept at a distance L. Fine. A person moves along a line AB with a constant speed U. Find the duration of time for which it is image of source S in the mirrors. I think that this will be better viewer. Okay, no. Again, the idea is same, no? Like already we had a discussion. So what we do is like where the image will be formed. First, we'll get the location of the image. The image will be formed. Object distance should be coordinate distance, so the image will be formed. So this is the position of the image. The position of image will be formed. I feel very challenging these things are drawing a diagram. Little bit I to struggle. Okay, now we'll take the straight line. Okay, let me. Okay, after this will be incident tree. Oh, this will be the diagram. Then the brown color one I'll extend from here. Okay, I think you are able to see very nicely the reflected rays. He's asking that particular distances. This is the ray. So maybe no. Okay, there's a source. Okay, we'll take this is A, this point as B, this is P, let this be C, let this be D, and let this be say like a E. Again, do we have any help? So he's asking find the duration of time for which it sees image of sources in the mirrors. So the person is moving along the line AB with a constant speed U. So the moment as it traverses from C to D, the person is able to visualize the image I. Any reason for that? Or shall we take ear also? Yes, ear also is possible. No? In this region, there are no reflected rays. There's a reflected rays here also. We should draw another set of diagrams here. I have to shift the complete diagram. Okay, let me try. Oh, hope I can now give a better diagram. But let me draw the another ray. Then let me take that picture. Yes. Yeah. Similarly, oh, God. We don't have space. Okay, I'll try to explain through verbally, if not diagram possible. Okay, we got it. I'll change the size of the mirror little bit. Okay, we can do it. For our understanding purpose, we have made it. Yeah. Now this will be the discussion which we are supposed to continue. Okay, I'll do one thing. Okay, I think I'm successful. Okay, able to see the diagram complete description. Okay, now we'll get into the discussion. We have to calculate this distance. So I'll write C1, D1. We have to calculate C1C and DD1 from the data. Hope everyone is able to understand. So this much of data is we are supposed to calculate here. Okay, now so it was a diagram. So finally, what happened? I'm able to get a better diagram. So he's asking this distance C1 D1 for what time the person will see the image of sources. So what is the field of view? So this is the field of view. This is the field of view. This is the field of view. So we have to calculate C1C and DD1. Okay, let's calculate first what is C1E. I'll calculate CE. If I subtract, I'll get the C1C. And since C1C is as source as is lying symmetrically with respect to this, so what this distance must be equal to this one. Okay, let me take the help of the triangles. We have a set of triangles here. So the triangle, look at the similar triangles like API and API and the triangle CEI. So tan alpha, this will be CE by 3L, or let me write EI. This should be equal to AP by PI. So what is CE? CE we don't know. Unknown thing. What is EI? 3L. AP is L by 2. LI is L. So CE should be equal to 3L by 2. Please follow this. Now look at this triangle. Tan alpha, what you can write tan alpha? AP by, so like it's CE by EI. Similarly, what is tan alpha? AP by PI. Oh, so some are asking, sir, how you are writing from tan alpha. Similarly, look at the similar triangles. A1, I'll write it. This is B1. So from triangles, A1 pi, then b1 pi. Okay, from these triangles, so tan beta, you can write it as a1 p by pi and c1 e by ei. So this should be equal to what is a1 a1p will be 3 like a l plus l by 2. Pi distance is what? L. C1 e. What is ei? Ei will be 3l. So what is C1 e distance should be equal to 9l by 2. C C1 is 9l by 2. So we want a distance C1c. So these are the two set of calculations. Okay, how to get the distance? C1c. So C1c should be equal to C1e minus CE. I don't have space, so I'll have to adjust here only. C1c should be equal to C1e minus CE. C1 is 9l by 2. This is 3l by 2. So this will become 3l. Similarly, what all we calculated, C1c should be equal to DD1 from the symmetry of the diagram. Even these angles will be same. So no need to calculate. The same thing is applicable. So therefore, what is the total time? That should be equal to C1c plus DD1 by U. So this will become 6L by U. For this interval of time, the person is able to see the image. More about the geometry, nothing big. We can manage the drawing, ray diagram, all. So on paper, you can draw very easily. On my computer screen, that lines to be adjusted little bit. It's taking time. Other on paper, you can work out very easily. So always maximum look out for that similar triangles. So this is the field of view. That this in short will write field of view for the upper mirror A1, field of view for the lower mirror BB1. So the person will be seeing, as long as he's here, you will see the image. Then as long as here, you'll see the image. But there'll be only one image, not like two images. The number of images formed will be only one. Not don't think that there'll be image one, image two. Look at the ray diagram. Only one common image will be formed here. Okay, it's the same idea. The number of images formed. Okay, where the object distance should be equal to image distance. So roughly, let me put it here. Let me go for the diagram directly. This is due to mirror one. Let me explain through ray diagram. Ray 1, ray 2, ray 1, this is ray 2, this is ray 3, ray 4, this is ray 4. Okay, now how many images are formed? Only one image. So we do think that this one, you look at the all these reflected rays, they are diverging from where? Look at this ray, this ray, this ray. They are diverging from this eye, no? So there'll be only one image will be formed. Find the total number of images formed by the mirror. Answer should be 1. It's more test of your basic geometry than any other things. Okay, after this. two mirrors AB and CD are arranged along two parallel lines. So these are two parallel lines. The maximum number of images of object O that can be seen by any observer is. Okay, there are. Let's do one thing. One person is here. Person X, person Y. What about the number of images you will see? Okay, for that we'll take help of the ray diagram. The ray incident here will reach. This one. Similarly, the ray incident at this point, right? So what are these? These are the field of view. Okay, the rays emitted by this object as it can reach this person. No? So where do you'll see? You'll see the image due to this mirror. It will be here. Due to this mirror, the image will be here. So person Y is able to only see this image. It cannot see this image. The reason for that, the rays emitted by object which will strike the mirror AB will not, the reflected rays, this cannot reach Y. So what Y will say, I'm seeing I2 only. What person X will say, I'm seeing only I1. Let me write that comments. Only I1 is visible. What about here? Only I2 is visible. Got the idea? Because this person Y is present in the field of view of this mirror. So you will see image of only this mirror. This person X is present in the field of view of this mirror only. So you'll see the image only I1. That's the simplest reason. So there's a field of view for the person X, field of view of this mirror. So therefore only image I1 will be visible. There's a field of view of the second person, only image I2 will be. So it is very near, can't you see this? No. The Y will not, Y1 will not be, Y1 will not be, I1 will not be visible for person Y. Get in this one? And I2 will not be visible for person X. Okay, I think slowly you are, okay, now we'll take these are some problems what I picked up. Okay, now we'll focus on some more problems. Like if a ray is incident on a combination of mirrors, how to trace out the final, the deviation suffered by the ray or any other condition that are put, no, so that has to be worked out here. Okay, read the question now. Find the deviation suffered by the incident ray after 3 successive reflections with the mirror. So there's a mirror M1. First it will strike M1, then M2. So there's a first reflection, then again second, again third, then he's asking the deviation. Now what is this? This should be the normal. This line should be normal. Okay, we'll trace out our what can be this? This angle should be 40 because this is the normal. There's a normal. So if you are getting confusion, write it here. There's a normal. Normal to what? Normal to mirror M1. So and we know that this total angle should be how much? Should be 90. So therefore this will be 40. No. So angle of incidence should be quote angle of reflection. After reflection, the ray, I think we have to draw carefully. Huh? In whatever direction, you should not send the reflected ray. So this angle must be quote how much? 50 degrees. So this angle will be 40. And then, so sum of these two angles, 40, 30. So sum of interior angles should be equal to exterior angle. This exterior angle should be equal to sum of interior angles. So therefore, this angle will be 70. Okay, now we'll go for the normal. Getting the normals are very important. Okay, what can be this other angle? This other angle should be 20. Then after reflection, the ray, what will happen to the ray? The ray angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection. Okay, this angle must be 20 degrees. Then again, we'll produce one more normal. So this angle must be 70 degrees. What can be this angle? Should be 80 degrees. Total sum of all these angles in the triangle should be 180, no? 30 plus 20, 80. So this angle, how much it will be now? So I think now we are very near to the answer. This angle must be equal to 10 degrees. And finally the ray, so what angle it should move in this direction? 10 degrees. Yeah. Okay, we'll give all the, this is after two reflection. So look at the number of reflections, first, second, third. Okay, the reflections number will indicate. So there's a reflection 1, 2, 3. So this angle, how much it should be? It should be 10 degrees. So this angle should be 80 degrees. He's asking now the deviation. Total deviation suffered by the ray. I think somehow you should be very good in the basic geometry here. So the total deviation should be equal to sum of deviation at 1, 2, 3. Deviation at 1. See, what is the deviation at 1? The ray wanted to go straight, but it gets reflected by this mirror, no? It gets reflected by mirror. So that then you extend this particular line so that this total will be unreached. This total angle will be unreached. So the ray wanted to further traverse it. So there's the first problem. I'll show all that the resultant deviations. I'll come to this later on. Okay, no. The ray wanted to go straight. Okay, I think it'll be very lengthy. Let me show like this here. So what is this angle will be? 80 degrees. So how much it got deviated? 180 minus 80, 100 degrees. So what is the direction? Should be anti-clockwise. Should be anti-clockwise. Similarly, come for the ray 2. At reflection 2, the ray wanted to go straight. Then finally it got deviated here. So what is the deviation? So this angle is 40 degrees. So there's a deviation will be how much? 140 degrees. So the deviation here is like this. The deviation here is like this, delta 2. There's a ray 2 after reflection, ray 3. I think there's a one best way is what I'm trying to explain. Then again at 3, what conditions will arise? The ray wanted to move like this. So after reflection, now it is moving here. Now this total angle will be 20. What is this will be 160 degrees. So this 160 degree in what sense? So the total deviation, the sum of this one, the total deviation will be delta 1 plus delta 2 plus delta 3. Delta 1 anti-clockwise, delta 2 clockwise, delta 3 clockwise. Delta 1 will be 80 degrees. Anti-clockwise, delta 2 clockwise, delta 3 will be clockwise. So total will be, this will be 300 minus 80 degrees. 300 minus 80, 220 degrees clockwise. Or 120 degrees anti-clockwise. Able to make it out? So this will be our answer. What is the, how we are to enter? 220 degrees clockwise. This is the net deviation. Okay, now similarly we'll take the another question related to this. Find the total deviation suffered by the ray after 3 successive reflections from the mirror. Now the ray is incident on the mirror M1. Let me proceed here now. So after reflection, oh, so this ray after reflection will go and strike this, yeah, 40 degrees. Just wait, this orientation of this. Let me set right it. Huh? Yeah, fine. Because drawing diagram will become little bit easier, because 30 degrees I have to show that smaller angle. Okay, now come for this one. After reflection, the ray (40 degrees) it will come here. So then we'll take the normal at this point. This is a normal. So what are the angle? So this angle is 40 degrees. The incident angle was 40 degrees. Sorry, this angle was 40 degrees. So this angle will be 40. What about this angle? Will be 50. After find the total deviation suffered by the ray after 3 successive reflections from the mirror. This was the question that is asked for us. So there's a 50 degrees it happened. Okay, then one more reflection it will take place. We'll take this one. So it will be The ray will come here. So there's a normal. And finally the ray will, okay, there is a deviation. We'll give this one. So this will be 2 arrows. After reflection, 3 arrows. Finally, after reflection, 4 arrows. So number of reflections are there. First reflection, second, third. Are the same similar problem what we had? We had to proceed here. This angle what we have, 30 degrees. How to proceed to the next part of the problem? Who's help you to take it? Okay, we have to go for this angle. No, this angle is what needed for us. This angle is needed. If you can get this angle, so we know this angle 50 degrees. So you extend this line. You extend this particular line. So as you extend this line, the total this is 90. This will be 30, 120. So what can be this angle? 90, 30. This will be 60. 60 and this is 40. Under little bit. So this angle will be 80. I think this is a very, very important thing here. No. So after getting this, will be quite easier. No, this will be 80 means this angle will be 10 degrees. We'll bring the I'll magnify. Oh, we can. Yeah. So what can be this angle? This angle should be 10 degrees. This angle also should be 10 degrees. If this angle is 10 degrees, this should be 80 degrees. This should be 70. If this angle is 70, then this should be how much? 20. Okay, fine. Everything we are able to make it out. So now in the from similar to this, like previous problem, the deviation suffered by 1. Clockwise, deviation suffered at 2. Anti-clockwise, deviation suffered at 3. Anti-clockwise. So the ray, there's an incident ray. After reflection, it will move. The ray wanted to proceed further, but this was after reflection, it will move like this. So this is the deviation, no? 180 minus 80 degrees. So 100 degrees is the deviation. So it is clockwise. Now the after reflection at 1, the ray will proceed here. Now it wanted to traverse straight like this. Then what when it get reflected by mirror M2. So this will be the deviation. This will be the deviation, that one. Similarly, after second reflection, the ray what happen will undergo reflection and will move like this here. Then the ray, if the mirror M1 were not there, it would have traversed in this way. It would have continued its straight line path. Because of reflection, it is moving now in green color path along this line. So now this will be the deviation. No, this is not deviation. Again, you have to extend this brown color line. That angle is what you should measure. So like similarly to this, we can, I can help you with some set of diagram. The ray 1 extend here. After reflection, it will become like this. So this is the deviation delta 1. So this angle is how much? 80 degrees. So what is the deviation? Delta 1 will be 100 degrees. Similarly, for ray 2, So there's a ray 2. After reflection, it will move like this. So what is this angle? 20 degrees. So what can be this? 160 degrees. So this is the deviation. Now come for the ray 3, reflection at 3. So the ray wanted to go this. After reflection, the ray will move in this direction. So this total angle will be 40 degrees. What is this angle will be? Delta 3. Got the idea now why I'm showing the angles clockwise, anti-clockwise. So here I'll measure clockwise. This delta 1 is clockwise. Delta 2 and 3 is counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. So the net deviation will be equal to delta 1 should be equal to 100. Delta 2 should be equal to 140. Delta 3 should be equal to, this will be, sorry, 160. Delta 3 should be equal to 140. (200 degrees clockwise or 200 degrees counterclockwise. These are some problems which student has to fight with the geometry part. Okay, the complete question is visible. Two numericals, little bit in different conditions is what I brought it. Okay, we'll take the similarly next question. It's telling find the angle theta. Find the angle theta between the mirrors so that the incident ray retraces the path after 3 successive reflections. For that, he is asking what should be the angle between the mirrors. So the incident ray should retrace path. So first a reflection will occur. Somewhere 30 degrees. Yeah. Next again the second reflection. First two. Okay, no, you can directly ask me questions, sir. How you are able to make a guess of the diagram, ray diagram? 2, 3, and it will retrace. If it is incident, normally it will retrace. Possible, no? So this is the first reflection, second, third. So when it can retrace, if it is incident normally, so why can't be it incident? After 3 successive reflections, it should retrace path. So I should assume the condition like this here. So this angle should be 30 degrees. This should be equal to 60 degrees. This is 90. This total angle should be 30. Then for that, there will produce a normal. Uh, 60, 90, 120, and this total angle should be again equal to 30 plus 30. So sorry, 15, 15 it is. And this angle should be 15. The total angle should be 30. So this will be 15. If this is 15, this is a normal. So what is this? This is a normal. So then this angle should be 75 and this is 90. So theta is there. So what is the angle theta now? Theta plus 90 plus 75 degrees should be equal to 180 degrees. So finally, what is theta? 15 degrees. So this is our answer. some he has put a condition, it should retrace a path. That's why we took an idea like this here. A ray starts at point A and finally becomes parallel to the mirror M to find the angle alpha. Oh, this word alpha. So there's a normal. Will indicate the normals at several points. So there's a normal. There's a normal. It's asking that angle of incidence alpha. Okay, now let's get into the discussion part. So this ray is parallel. So this angle will be 20 degrees. So as there's a normal, so this angle should be 70. Angle of incidence should be equal to angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection. So therefore this will be 70. Then what can be this angle? This angle must be 20. Let me extend this line. And how do this line? So this is like there's a normal for the mirror M1. So this will be 90. This will be 20. So the sum of these angles, 90 plus 20 plus this angle should be equal to 180. So here, what is the condition? Theta plus alpha plus 20 plus 70 should be equal to 180. The reason for that, ODM2 will become triangle. ODM2, they will make a triangle. So therefore, what is the finally alpha? Alpha will be 70 degrees. Substituting all this. Okay, I'll work out. Solving alpha will get 70 degrees. Okay, after getting alpha, okay, now we know alpha 70 degrees. Then this angle will take it. So this is theta, this is beta. Now from the triangle CM2D, alpha plus beta plus 70 should be equal to 180. 70 plus beta plus 70 equal to 180. Beta should be 40 degrees. What all values? Let me write it. It will be easier. Beta 40. Then this is a normal. This is a normal. So what can be this angle? This angle should be 50. Then angle of incidence, angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection. So this should be 50. Now again, take this angle as gamma. Look at the triangle BCD. From the triangle BCD, 20 degrees plus 100 degrees plus gamma should be equal to 180 degrees. The sum of angles in a triangle should be equal to in a triangle should be equal to 180 degrees. Gamma equal to 60 degrees will come. If gamma equal to 60 degrees, then there's a normal. So what can be this angle? This angle must be equal to alpha, where alpha plus gamma should be equal to 90 degrees. Alpha is what needed, gamma is 60. So somehow a student has to get the ray diagram and he should identify the normals and search for the triangles. What is the basic idea? Take help of triangles. How to solve such problems? You should take help of the triangles which are available there and the properties of triangle, how the angles are related in a triangle. So those ideas is what will help you to solve such numericals. Okay, now, so these are some triangles. These are some sort of numericals are there which are related to the reflection at a plane mirror. Okay, we'll do one thing. We will stop the class here. I'll go for the next topic. I'll switch on the light. Wait, and all. Yeah, fine. So in the next topic, what happened? We will go for some shading things. So in the next topic, we will discuss about the if object moves in front of a plane mirror and if a person stands in front of a plane mirror, what length of his body is able to see, all that related numericals in the next coming class is what I'm going to cover it. So today what all we have discussed for this particular class, try to revise, look at the geometry part, more about the basic high school geometry is what which is going to help you to solve such problems. Law of reflection, the high school geometry. With that you can manage. Everywhere the problems like a similar triangles is what I took help of that one. So make keep an eye on the geometry. So with the help of that you can solve such numericals very easily. Okay, thank you all of you. Okay, we'll meet again in the next class. Okay, bye. Take care.